Je vous propose maintenant d'accueillir Monsieur Peter Brabeck, président du groupe Nestlé.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, time for solutions. That's the subject of the 6th World Water Forum here in Marseille. And if I take anything away from this morning, it was a call upon us of those two young people from Mali who wanted and told us, we want solutions not in 100 years, not in 10 years. We want and we need solutions for tomorrow. In my remarks, I will focus on water overdraft, making a link perhaps between, on the one hand, the Marseille theme of finding solutions, and the one chosen in Mexico in 2006, local action for global challenges. Where are we today? Well, I think Loïc Fauchon, the President of the World Water Council, then UN Director General Ban Ki-moon, and now His Excellency told us about the good news. But reality is also that rapid population growth and higher freshwater withdrawals per capita have led to an overdraft of sustainable water supply of close to 10% of this naturally renewable availabilities worldwide. Already today, we don't have to wait 10 years. We have today the problem. And this overdraft will increase to more than 60% by 2030, completely unsustainable. Clearly, we are not yet where we want to be. And the one who pays the price for that today is basically the environment. I was very pleased to listen to the President of Niger about the Lake of Chad, from 25,000 square kilometers down to 2,500 square kilometers, or take the Aral Lake. Our environment is paying our policy of overusage of water withdrawal for human consumption. Now, any solution, as it was just pointed out by Angel Gorria, to this issue must be, first of all, local and has to have, as a first priority, to assure the equitable access to healthy water for all, including the poorest of the poor. The data of the overdraft I just presented is based on an analysis of the 154 major river basins across the world. And it comes from the 2030 World Economic Forum Water Resources Group, which is, as I call it, a people-private-public partnership, a group which I have the honor to chair. Now, the Water Resource Group is about pragmatic, efficient, and cost-efficient action in countries and in individual watersheds. The Water Resource Group understands itself as a disruptive engine of public-private partnership, but disruptive in a very positive sense, because it tries to provide new and different views on a well-known issue, mainly through the water cost curve, and overcoming by that the silo mentality and piecemeal solutions by favoring a much more comprehensive approach. We clearly believe what Peter Fosa just said before, that there is a very strong interconnected food, water, energy nexus. We started our practical and pragmatic approach with a series of pilots. As of today, we have already been working efficiently with Jordania, South Africa, the Indian state of Karnataka, Mexico, and Mongolia, who has joined us more recently. And we have a long list of countries who want to work with us. The water issues cannot be solved, ladies and gentlemen, by centralized structures located somewhere in developed worlds. All of our initiatives have to be embedded locally. They have to be driven by the local government and supported by a local, broad, private-public partnership, an approach that we have well tested in all these countries I have mentioned before. Now, after our first 5 bigger pilot projects, we are in the process of being scaled up, housed in the International Finance Corporation of the World Bank. Anders Berntel, coming from the Stockholm International Water Institute, has just taken over as executive director. The idea is to have a very small group of people within the international headquarters of the Water Resource Group, with every initiative they take being in practice decentralized towards a country as just outlined. What we can and will do as the 2003 Water Resource Group is to help with project management. We can bring tools for the initial analysis and practical knowledge and experience on concrete solutions. Transparency is another word which I think is extremely important. It is very clear that we want to have a transparent and open group. Anything that we are learning should be independently available for everybody else in the world, whether it is a government or an NGO or another private-public partnership. The pilot project of a catalogue of good practices in water use efficiency was presented already in Davos this year, and it will become the main tool for this transparency, showing for each level of the cost curve how water withdrawals can be reduced and who the suppliers and the advisors are for concrete solutions. And since cost effectiveness is so important, our catalogue indicates a cost per cubic meter of fresh water saved by each measure which is described in this catalogue. In 2012, we'll continue working on this catalogue, improving it as we are gaining experiences. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you may say, well, this is just one more initiative. I know they are very important and worthwhile ongoing programs, but I also believe that the Water Resource Group has some new elements. One of them is picking up the theme of the World Water Forum in Mexico, namely local actions for a global challenge, starting with the relevant river basin. Another one is to provide analysis for broad, fact-based, government-led strategies that look at both the supply, but above all, the demand side, in an attempt to overcome piecemeal efforts and standards assumptions where these are no longer valid. The approach works. The 5 pilots have proven that. But the Water Resource Group will evolve with further substance and knowledge. I and my colleagues from the Water Resource Group, we came here to Marseille to ask for your support in all the stages of this process, your support as the most knowledgeable and experienced people in the global water community. Thank you very much.